Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another video. So in this video, we will doing the speed test comparison between the Vivo Y73 against the Vivo V25e, and the Vivo V25e is powered by Helio G99 SoC with 8GB of RAM, while the Vivo Y73 is powered by Helio G95 SoC with 8GB of RAM. So on the back we have a triple cameras on both phones, and the Vivo Y73 has a 64 megapixel f1.8 aperture main camera. Then we have 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while the Vivo V25e has a 64 megapixel f1.8 aperture with OIS main camera and a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So no ultra wide lens on both phones, and the back on both phones is made up of glass, and the frames on both phones is made up of plastic. On the bottom we have headphone jack on the Vivo Y73, which you don't find on the newer Vivo V25e. Now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. And Vivo just launched the Vivo Y73 in 2023, but this phone was launched internationally in June 2021. So 1.5 years later, this phone just launched in the Pakistan market without any solid reason. Again, we have a 2-year-old hardware and a 2-year-old design. So the Vivo V25e is slightly faster when it comes to booting up. We have 1 or 2 second difference, and both phones has a 6.4 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED with 60Hz refresh rate on the Vivo Y73 versus a 90Hz on the Vivo V25e. V25e has a much brighter display as compared to the Y73. So everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Now let's see how it's the G95 inside the Vivo Y73 is gonna perform against the Vivo V25e with their Helio G99. Also we have Android 13 on both phones, and out of the box Vivo Y73 was on Android 11, and Android 13 update it is available for this phone, so I installed that. But after that you will not see any major OS updates on the Vivo Y73, which you find on the Vivo V25e Android 14. So now let's open the phone dialer. It's similar. So now let's open settings. Little faster on the Vivo V25e. So now let's go to the display. Again we have 90Hz refresh rate versus a 60Hz, no high refresh rate display. So now check out some more apps. Now let's start off with the Amazon shopping. Helio G99, Helio G95, slightly faster on the newer. So scrolling feels really smooth on both phones, but little more smoother on the V25e, and that one faster on the Y73. So now check out some games. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga, and as you can see, the G95 on the Y73 is performed really good, I would say, still in 2023. But this SoC it is based on 12nm architecture, while the Helio G99 is based on 6nm architecture, so the battery life also efficient. So now let's open Instagram. Very similar. And now let's see in out. Little faster on the V25e, but not a big difference. And now let's open Snapchat. Similar result. And now let's see Spotify. Similar. And now let's see Subway Surfer. Subway Surfer it is finish up first. The V25e we have 1 or 2 second difference. Also let me show the speakers on both phones. And the Vivo we have a single speaker on both phones. So here's the Vivo looks like, and here is the Y73 looks like. Yes, and the speakers it is improved little bit on the Vivo V25e, but little bit I wish that we have a stereo speakers on this phone. Temperament 2 on both phones. Temperament 2 shoot faster on the V25e. Again we have it downloading things on both phones, but Vivo Y73 is taking the lead this time. Y73 is faster because we have some downloading issue. We have a old skin inside the UI versus a new skin on the Y73. Big game which is called as PUBG Mobile. Helio G95 versus Helio G99. We have Mali G76 MC4 GPU versus Mali G57 MC2 GPU. So huge difference. As you can see, the V25e is a 3 or 4 seconds faster than the Vivo Y73. Now let's opening up the Twitter, and that is faster on the Y73 this time. Now let's open Zedge, and that is faster on the V25e. As you can see, scrolling feels smooth, but extra smoothness you will find always on the Vivo V25e with a 90 Hz refresh rate. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. So Vivo V25e open the camera faster. Also you can see the camera UI is little different on both phones, although we have Android 13 with a Fun Touch OS version 13 on both phones. So now let's look at the front facing camera. As you can see, we have 16 megapixel versus a 32 megapixel. HDR works more good I think on the Vivo Y73. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using default Google Chrome on both phones, and now let's open wikipedia.org, and that is very similar. Scrolling feels little more smoother on the V25e, but no lag whatsoever, so that's a good thing. Now let's open that. Open up faster on the Vivo Y73. Next on the list is apple.com. Apple.com, it is faster, very similar performance. Scrolling feels slightly smoother on the Vivo V25e. So now check out RAM management on both phones. So we have 8 GB of RAM. Let's see how is the Y73 is gonna perform in the RAM management. So phone dialer still there. These settings, Amazon shopping, refresh on the Y73. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, Instagram, Pinout, Snapchat, Spotify, Subway Surfer, Temper Run 2, and let's see PUBG. And that got refresh on the newer V25e. So opening up the Twitter, Zedge, refresh on the V25e. And last we're back to the internet browser where we left, as you can see. And guys, what I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Vivo Y73 is perform, I would say, very solid in system-based application as well as in games. Yes, the Vivo V25e is taking the lead in heavy games. In heavy games, we have a 3 or 4 second difference between these devices. So in terms of the RAM wise, in that area, the Vivo Y73 is perform excellent in the RAM management, while the Vivo V25e not that great. We have some refresh. Also now let's talk about the battery sizes. So the Vivo Y73 has a 4000 mAh battery size with a 33 watt fast charging, while the Vivo V25e has a 4500 mAh battery size with a 44 watt fast charging. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I will see you in my next video. Peace out.